Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. I am so excited we're diving into this today. We're unpacking what is literally the ultimate, pain-free blueprint for getting fit. Look, if you've been stuck at a desk all day, feeling that annoying nagging ache in your lower back, and you're just sitting there wondering, how on earth do I work out without making this worse? Well, you're in exactly the right spot. We're going to break down the actual science of safe movement. It's like a clear, step-by-step roadmap to build strength, drop some fat, and treat that lumbar spine like royalty.
Seriously, it's a massive frustration, isn't it? You really want to lose fat, you want to get stronger, but your lower back just hurts. Every time you even think about starting a new routine, that little voice of fear creeps in. Is this going to tweak my back? Am I going to be out of commission for a whole week? It's a horrible cycle. You want to be active, but you feel totally trapped by your own body, especially if you get that stiffness from sitting too much, or worse, that radiating pain down your legs. Well, today, we're breaking that cycle for good.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for This Explainer. We'll kick things off with the core principles, then look at your weekly training cycle. After that, we'll break down the exact routines for day A and day B, touch on some daily stretches, and finally, lock in the absolute rules for safety and diet. Let's get right into it.
Starting with Section 1, Core Principles. This is the foundation of safe training, and honestly, understanding this is the absolute only way to prevent injury. If we don't nail this, nothing else really matters.
We've got to clear up some major misconceptions right out of the gate. First off, the absolute don'ts. If your back is already compromised, traditional sit-ups, heavy-loaded squats, and Russian twists, they are completely out. Why? Because they literally force your lumbar spine into repeated flexion, extension, and twisting. Not to mention putting a massive vertical load on those fragile discs. Listen, folding your stomach in half to lose belly fat is just terrible advice for a bad back. You're a human being, not a lawn chair. Instead, our new golden rule is super simple. Maintain a neutral spine, turn on and stabilize that core, and let your limbs do the actual work. You absolutely do not need to bend your spine to build an amazing midsection.
Moving right along to Section 2, the training cycle. We're going to build a weekly rhythm here that actually fits into your crazy busy life without completely burning you out.
So we're looking at a really gentle but high-quality train one, rest one approach. It works like this. Day 1 is your A day for upper body and core. Then, day 2, you take a full day to rest, maybe stretch, or just take a nice, easy walk. Day 3 is your B day for lower body and cardio. And then, another rest day. You just repeat this continuous loop. It only takes about 30 to 40 minutes a session, but it guarantees some incredible metabolic results while giving your lower back all the recovery time it craves. It's hands down the most sustainable way to train for the long haul.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Section 3 is Day A. This is all about core stability and upper body sculpting.
Now, every single great workout starts with a smart warm-up, right? We've got a super simple 5-minute routine designed to wake your body up safely before we even think about hitting the floor. Start with 3 minutes of brisk walking right in place. Keep your chest up proudly and really swing those arms to get the blood pumping. Then, follow that up with 15 arm circles forward and 15 backward. This just lubricates those shoulder joints. It's gentle, it's easy, and it tells your nervous system, hey, it's time to get to work.
Okay, meet your absolute ultimate sit-up replacement, the dead bug. You're going to lie perfectly flat on your back. And this is crucial. Make sure there is zero gap between your lower back and the floor. Zip. None. Raise your arms straight up and bend your legs to a 90-degree angle. Then you're going to slowly lower your opposite arm and leg toward the floor. But, and here's the trick, stop just before you actually touch it and bring them right back up. Doing 3 sets of 10 per side works your core like crazy, but because your spine stays pinned perfectly flat against the ground, your lumbar area is entirely protected. It's literally brilliant. And right after that, we have the perfect companion move, the bird dog. So you start on all fours. Hands directly under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Your goal here, keep your torso as still as a statue. You extend your opposite arm and legs straight out until they're totally parallel to the floor. Hold it there for 2 solid seconds and then switch. Again, you're aiming for 3 sets of 10 on each side. The absolute key here is stillness, not speed. You're essentially teaching your core muscles to act like an iron corset, locking down and stabilizing your back while your limbs do the moving. To finish up the core section, we're doing a gentle plank. You can totally do this on your toes, or for maximum safety, just drop right down to your knees. Tighten up your stomach, squeeze your glutes. But the absolute non-negotiable rule here, do not let your lower back sag.
Actually, remember this. A short, perfect plank is 1,000 times better than a long, sloppy one. Holding a strict, safe posture for 20 to 30 seconds is way, way superior to struggling through a painful minute. Quality always beats quantity, especially when we're talking about spinal health.
All right, so once the core is all fired up, we move right into the upper body for 3 sets each. And notice how we're tweaking these classic moves. For the shoulder press, sit yourself in a sturdy chair with a backrest. Pressing your back into that chair takes the load completely off your spine. It's a total game changer. Then we hit some standard dumbbell curls for 12 to 15 reps. Finally, bent over rows using either bands or dumbbells. Keep a little bend in your knees and maintain that strict neutral spine we talked about. You know, building a strong upper back actually shares the daily load, pulling the weight away from those sensitive lower back muscles.
Let's keep the momentum going. Section 4 is Day B. This is where we focus on lower body strengthening, plus our crucial fat loss cardio.
For Day B, we are all about that zero-pressure lower body routine. Look, you do not need heavy barbells to build incredibly strong legs. First, the wall sit. This gives your thighs an absolute massive burn for 30 to 45 seconds, but your back is fully supported by the wall the entire time. Next, the chair squat. This just teaches you to sit your hips back safely, doing 12 to 15 nice, slow reps. And then, the glute bridge. This one is truly special. As you lie on your back and drive those hips up, giving it a really good 2-second squeeze at the top, you're building glute strength that directly relieves lower back pain. Seriously, weak glutes are a huge culprit for lumbar strain, so this move right here, it's pure medicine for your back.
Now, the absolute crucial point for this entire routine actually comes down to just one magic number: 11:10. That is your target steps per minute pace for the cardio portion of Day B. So why exactly are we aiming for 110 steps a minute? Well, right after your leg workout, you're going to dive into 30 minutes of brisk walking. You can do this flat or on a slight incline. And let me tell you, walking beats running here by a country mile. Running sends these jarring shockwaves right up your spine with every single step. But brisk walking, especially at a pace where you're sweating and can hold a conversation, but you definitely couldn't sing a song, that melts away visceral belly fat safely. It cranks up your metabolism without a single heavy impact on those delicate spinal discs.
Okay, let's bring the energy down just a little bit and ease into Section 5. This is your daily 10-minute decompression habit.
Let's walk through this calming sequence and see how it really builds up a resilient body. Whether you train that day or not, you should do this right before a shower or before you hop into bed. Step 1. Cat-cow breathing for 5 to 10 reps. We're talking very gentle, small movements, just to wake up the spine. Step 2. Sink back into child's pose for a full minute, just letting your entire back stretch out and relax. And step 3 is so vital. Lying flat on your back, use a towel or a resistance band to stretch your hamstrings for 30 seconds on each leg. You know, tight hamstrings constantly pull down on your pelvis, and that puts an immense, hidden amount of pressure on an already aching lower back. Stretching them out daily just releases all that tension beautifully.
Finally, we've made it to Section 6, Safety and Diet. Guys, these are the absolute non-negotiable rules for your success and your well-being.
I need you to hear this loud and clear. This is your absolute safety red line. You must stop immediately if you feel any sharp, stabbing pain, or if you notice that radiating numbness and pain in your legs starting to increase. There is a huge, huge difference between the dull, warm burn of a muscle working hard and the sharp, shooting nature of nerve pain. If you feel any stabbing or electric shocks, drop the weights, stop moving, and just rest. We're here to heal and strengthen your body, absolutely never to force it through dangerous pain. Safety always, always comes first. We progress step by step.
And come on, we obviously can't talk about getting fit without talking about food, right? The old cliche is 100% true. Abs really are made in the kitchen. All the strength training we just went over builds the engine and acts as armor for your back, but controlling your diet, that is the only way you're going to reveal those results and actually shed the belly weight. We're talking less cooking oil, keeping a tight leash on sugar, prioritizing lean proteins like fish and chicken breast, and just loading up your plate with veggies. That's how you drop body fat safely. And honestly, the less unnecessary weight you're carrying around your midsection, the happier your lower back is going to be.
Which brings us to the end of this explainer. You've got the exact blueprint in your hands now. But I really want you to ask yourself this. What if the real secret to building your strongest, leanest body isn't about pushing yourself until you break, but finally learning how to move right? I highly, highly encourage you to try the Day A routine today and just feel for yourself how good it is to move safely. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I challenge you, go redefine what a hard workout really means.